That shit live in there.
I
You
be seeing
feel me?
motherfuckers making hibachi and all type of shit in there. Shit look different now.
We gonna be live in there.
Oh
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Why we make it so clear? I keep forgetting. Woo! Yo, yo, yo. What's today? March
The 7th.
7th, man.
March the 7th. Hey man, happy birthday, Mom Dukes.
Okay, you got a lot of March birthdays, huh?
Man, happy birthday, Mom Dukes. Hopefully she can hear me. She in the other room. So
Okay.
Mom
Happy
Dukes
birthday,
be
Mom
there
Dukes.
today. 68.
Says, come on, man. I don't want you putting the age out there, man. I know she aging gracefully, but come on now.
68, man. Hey, happy to be here. 68 of them things, man. A lot of people don't make it.
Hey,
Sure, be happy of that.
That's a blessing. Big
You
blessing.
feel me? You feel me?
My parents touching 60 this year.
Yeah.
Don't tell them I told you. Both of them.
Man. But what's going on, folks, man? Hope you had a great weekend, man. Like D-Bus says, Monday, man. Top of the week. Hope your morning going off good. Obviously, the man crew, we gonna make it better.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot to talk about, man. We had the NFL Combine. A lot of good stuff coming out of the NFL Combine this past weekend. Down there in Indy. D-Butt, ruffled some feathers on Twitter over the weekend, talking about this Batman movie and his reviews. We'll touch on that. Brittany Griner situation. Obviously we'll touch on that. LeBron out there doing his thing, and I'm gonna touch on that for real. 37 out there, he dropped 56.
You think he giving y'all some hope, huh? You bet you was back on your, hey man, it's gonna be hard to beat these cats in the 7-game series, man.
I'm look at it, man. It's gonna be a tough. If they get in there, man, to beat LeBron's, well, it don't have to be 7 times, but it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
I feel they got to get there. They got to get to the play-in and pass the play-in at this point.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll definitely talk on that. We'll definitely speak on that, man. MLB Lockout. Man, we got some good stuff, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, man. I'm not going. I'll talk about my experience on the internet when it comes to this Batman movie, but these Batman folks, they sensitive about their shit, especially the comic fans. You haven't seen it yet, right?
Nah, I haven't.
Come on, man. Go ahead and check that thing out, man.
Man, look at it, man. I had things to do this weekend.
When the last time you been to the theater?
I
done been a couple times now this year.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
We saw Encanto. Took the kids to see Encanto.
Yeah, I mean we watched that at the crew. Probably watch that every day. It's on somebody.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No. Hey, it's either on somebody's iPad or somebody's TV.
Hey. Yeah, that soundtrack go hard. We've been listening to the soundtrack and all. Yeah, I've been to the movie a couple times. I had to go see Batman. I get up. I get excited about those, Paul. I get excited about those superhero movies, man. Come on, man. We've been watching Batman since Michael Keaton.
You said
Jack Nicholson.
You said you get excited for these superhero movies. I don't get excited. Now I'll watch. I'm not itching to be like, oh, I gotta be there. I gotta be the first one in the theater. But
I am. That's me.
Yeah.
I get excited. And then my oldest, my daughter, she a big DC and Marvel fan, so she keep me tapped in even when I'm not. So
yeah,
man. I you can't Batman. We don't been watching that since the early '90s, man. But like AB said, we're gonna get into it. All around the sports world. And then some pop culture and whatever questions y'all got, man. I hope you guys hit the. Let me find this. Hope y'all hit the mailbag. If not, you still got time. You still got about 20 minutes. Hit that mailbag, db20toab41@gmail.com. That's db22ab41@gmail.com. Send in your questions, comments, concerns. We'll address them here, man. But we got a lot to get to on the other side of this fire-ass intro. Your UNC Tar Heels, too, they spoiled
I love to see it. I love to see it.
Yo, I know you. I saw DT, your former teammate, DT. He was celebrating as a former Tar Heel.
Yeah, man. No better way Coach K can go out, man. The Duke and UNC rivalry, man, and UNC coming in there and mixing some things up, man. I love that as a UNC basketball fan.
Yeah, man.
Boy was sick. I know he drunk a bottle of scotch when
sick.
After that,
sick, but we'll get to it, man. See y'all on the other side.
Yes, sir. Speaking of,
what happened, Cub?
Speaking of,
you got breaking news?
No breaking news, man. I just seen something. Just talking about this UNC and Duke situation, man. Like, we not the same as you had Dean Smith. His final home game, they won 91-85. Coach Roy Williams, his final home game, they won 91-73.
Here we go.
And then you got, Coach K.
What about Jim Calhoun? Real GOAT.
What
about
talking
about GOATs? While we talking about GOATs, the real coach Jim Calhoun, Gino Auriemma, up there in Storrs, Connecticut, where the real GOATs reside.
I tip my hat to Gino. I tip my hat to him. So,
but yeah, man, what you want to jump out the gate with, man? Another big upset. We're talking about this Coach K. It's making me think about this huge upset on the women's side, women's college basketball. Kentucky Wildcats upset top-ranked South Carolina in the SEC championship. That was big. That caught everybody by surprise. If you're paying attention, if you're watching the women's game, but I'm sure that might be good for South Carolina going into the tourney, though.
No doubt.
Everybody else might catch hell.
Yeah, I think it is good. Obviously, you don't want to lose, conference tournament, but definitely open your eyes. Like, look, man, can't be sleeping on nobody going to the field of 64. So definitely probably a good thing for him.
Got a little humble pie. Never hurt anybody, but I know you had it on here earlier while we talking about the women's game. Ooh, got some issues over there. Everybody got the news over this weekend about Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner being detained in Russia. She got popped with some hash oil or some vape in her luggage over in Russia. And a lot of us have traveled international. The laws and what they may be looking for, tripping about over here, it's much different abroad. And this is somewhere that Brittany Griner, I think she goes to Russia every year now for the last 7 years to play ball in their off season. And but this was like I said, I know I became aware of it over this weekend, and she's been over there now detained for 3 weeks. So hopefully she gets out soon. But But this is a scary situation, especially with everything going over there. I'm sure you saw this weekend.
Yeah, man. Like you said, definitely a scary situation. Being that it's a situation that she can't control right now. It's in somebody else's hand. So again, man, I pray that she's able to get back on U.S. soil as soon as possible. Cause I know she's probably going through it right now.
Man,
I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine.
Man, that's tough. We hope for the best for Brittany. Obviously, one of the greats when it comes to basketball. What you want to get to, man?
Man, let's talk. Well, we gonna.
That intro music kind of growing on me. I might
let's stay with the basketball. All jokes aside, I am a Tar Heel fan, but Coach K coaching his last season at Duke, the GOAT, one of them in the college basketball ranks, or just coaching in general, man. What you? I mean, we touched on it before. We touched on it last week, just as far as what he brought to the game, and what it means to be a impactful coach, and the way you can change lives. Young men, young women. How do you feel about his departure? Like, if you one of the players on the team, it's like, like. We couldn't pull through for coach, man. Like, how you feel about that,
man? Hey, you gotta, man. I'm sick in that locker room because you got all those, past players that came in, from Coach K's illustrious career that came and showed love. That's in the building. You probably saw him in the locker room around the facilities throughout the week, and even as pros, when it's different, it's different on the pro level. But even as pros, when you got those different alumni in the facility or in the stadium before you play, it's like, okay, Edge here, Marv here, like Freeney, like, okay, I got to put bracket, I got to put on a little bit for the old heads. And now, if you have decades and decades of that being in the building and you drop the ball to a team ranked much lower to you, obviously a huge rival.
That's the thing. We won't rank in the top 25. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not ranked. And this is one of the biggest rivalries in college basketball. And then at the iconic Cameron Indoor, it was sick, man. But what it reminded me, somehow I forgot how much people hate Coach K in this Duke program. Now Duke players, it's a lot of players that came through that program that we just don't like. But
yeah,
being a former UConn guy, I had to be reminded. I've been removed from it for a little while now, but Twitter definitely reminded me. A lot of people had some hate for him. And, I respect him as a coach, obviously as a competitor. What he does for the college game, how even the pros, all-time great, speak so highly of him. But man, I know Coach K is sick, and obviously there's more basketball left. You still got the tourney coming up. But for that to be the last one at home, you heard him speaking after the game. He was hot, and rightfully so. And if you're a player in that, man, this is something you'll never forget. Unfortunately, it's something you'll never forget.
Hey, dang, man, I was happy, man, but I'm like, damn, man, I couldn't send my man off right, man. Like, one thing to do this year, man. Final home game, man. Just come out there and play ass off, man. Get coach a dub, man. But
and UNC, because in that other locker room.
Oh, that's all.
What?
We coming in here to play spoiler.
This was Final Four for them.
No question. We come in here and play spoiler. Obviously, they're not having a season that I think we used to seeing UNC have, but they've been playing well of late, and for them to go in there and spoil that, the farewell for Coach K, man, kudos to them young boys. Man.
Shout out.
Yes, sir.
It's always two sides to the the sports story, man. It's gonna be a victor, and then somebody else gonna be sick, and Coach K has put plenty players and coaches on the other side of that. So, can't win them all, Coach.
Yeah, you can't, man. Sticking to Matter of fact, let's go here. March Madness coming up.
March 13th.
You know, we talked about it. We're gonna I think we're gonna do a man-to-man bracket. We're gonna figure out, you know, some logistics on how we can get that done. And obviously, man, we want y'all to tap in with us. And you know, fill out your brackets, man. But if you had to say right now, man, who's your sleeper, man?
Sleeper.
Both sides. Men and women.
Man, sleeper. You put me.
Not even sleeper. Who you got? Who you got winning?
You know, I'm gonna go with Gonzaga. Them cats out there and that Chet. Yeah, he's a weapon. You know him, or I like the cat out in Auburn too, and they've been balling. I would like to see Auburn win it. I'm gonna go with Auburn. I'm gonna go with Auburn. If you know, SEC obviously been dominating football for a while, but now the SEC's been getting a lot stronger on that basketball front.
And on the women's side, who you got?
I told you, I'm going South Carolina. You know, usually this would be an easy UConn, but you know, UConn hasn't been, you know, who we're used to being. Paige Bucket's been banged up this year. I'm going with Dawn Staley in the South Carolina Gamecocks on the women's side. What about you?
On the men's, man, I'm gonna go Arkansas, man. I'm gonna go Arkansas, and on the women's side, I think I'm gonna go with South Carolina as well. But on the men's side, I think, you know, of course, I think it's all about, you know, matchups and what bracket you in and favorable matchups or whatever. But we're gonna see. But I'm gonna go Arkansas.
We got Selection Sunday, 6 days away. And you know, I ain't gonna sit here a lot of y'all. I ain't no college basketball.
Put my man on the spot. What you guys sleep?
You know them cats that be on TV and shit. They got all the notes and the researchers and shit. They go slide them some shit. No, I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. I'm in the same boat as everybody else. Once those brackets come out, that's when I become an expert.
No, right? I'm with you. But shoot, man, let's go to another GOAT, man. Shit.
Ooh, okay.
Another GOAT. My boy LeBron, man, goes off for 56. Comeback win against Golden State, man.
Epic performance.
Epic, man. Epic.
Oh, that's a hard ass picture. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, you gotta blow that one up.
That's a tough. That's tough.
Stat line: 56, 10 boards, 6 for 11. Behind the arc, Matt Stafford was in the building. You know,
you saw what he said to Stafford too, man. I can't have you in the building and not put on the show.
Right.
Did the same thing when Aaron Donald was in the building. I saw Cooper Kupp tweeted out. He said, "Hey man, the Rams sent courtside. It's been working, so I'll be there next, pretty much." But man, that was special, man. His first 50-point game, I think, came when he was 20, and now this was another one when he's 37. This was the largest, you know, gap between a player doing that. And you've had, I think, 4 players drop 50 over the age of 37. MJ, Kobe, Bron. I can't remember the fourth. Probably Kareem or some shit. I can't remember the fourth. Somebody tell me the fourth. But man, just special, man. And he said a couple things on his show too. His show on Into the Shop is back.
Right here.
There we go. Right here.
Right here.
When they talk about the best scorers of all time, they never mention my name. It pisses me off.
And why you think that is? Why you think they don't mention his name as one of the best scorers? Is it because he does it differently, or what you think? It looks different.
I think because that's not his. When you watch him play, and we've watched him play for a long, even in high school, that wasn't his. He wanted to make the best play. Like growing up, watching Jordan, watching Kobe, you knew they were taking their last shot. You knew they were going to get their shots. Like that was primary. They were coming in AI, and they were trying to give you 40 every night. Like that was what they were trying to do. A lot of us would say, especially earlier in Bron's career, like, man, I wish he would just Giddy, like just go there with him. And you saw him go there at certain points, and against the Celtics that series, against the Pistons when he scored like 28 straight. You've seen him turning on and off, but he's been more of a point guard, honestly, than just a straight bucket getter. But he done averaged 25 plus for 15 years straight, and it's so efficient too. Dude just dropped 56 on like 60%. So I always consider him one of the greatest scorers. He's going to go down as the all-time leading scorer. So I wouldn't think until he said it that would be something that pisses him off, honestly, because he's still going to have all these numbers and people still look at him as like not necessarily a pass first guy, but a guy that great that's willing to pass it, that's willing to give somebody else that shot. And I don't think we really saw that much before from an all-time great, especially a guy that can score like he does. But I consider him amongst the greatest scorers. Now, do you consider him amongst, I would say, your top 3 to 5 guys?
3 to 5 guys.
When it comes to just putting that ball in the bucket.
Three top 3. I don't think I put him in my top 3. Just putting the ball in the bucket, I think that's tough. I know he's like the all-time scorer, but to put him in top 3, you got to think about like, MJ, Kobe, like just a go-getter like KD, AI, like even like a bucket getter, like and it's crazy because. And I don't want to make it sound like he's not a bucket getter, but like somebody you can put the ball in his hands, and every time, like that's what he's known for. Like even a Jamal Crawford, like a bucket getter. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man.
And I'm not saying
you said you can't put him top 3. That's your list.
Yeah, like I just say top 3 could be tough.
Yeah, I mean. See, you the type of people that piss him off.
I mean, sure. I didn't say he wasn't in there. I just say he wasn't in my top 3. He definitely a top scorer. But I think that's when people talk about it, like not being a top scorer. But I think that's what what makes his game so great. Like you said, like he wasn't always like I'm gonna score first. He was like you said, I'm gonna make the best basketball play at all times. And I think it was, sometimes he'll get that knock where he would drive 3 people on him. He'll kick it out to the open man. Open man wouldn't knock the shot down. They're like, well, damn, LeBron, you should have. But he's making the correct basketball play. So, you got some that love it. You got some that hate it. But at the end of the day, man, he gets buckets. I love, what he's brought to the game. And I don't think a lot of times we appreciate what he's doing, you know what I'm saying, right now in the moment, regardless if you're a MJ fan or a Kobe fan, like we gotta appreciate this greatness. I think a lot of times we don't do that. And even for me, like even with Kobe, it was like, it was like the Kobe and LeBron conversation. I was team LeBron, you know what I'm saying? And even though I respected what Kobe was doing, at some point I don't think I was really like living in the appreciating what he was doing on the court. You know what I'm saying? Not until he finished playing and he retired. I'm like, damn, boy, that like 8-24 was special. You know what I mean? So regardless of how we look at it, man, LeBron's arguably the best player to ever play the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, and I guess that's just part of it with sports. You're always gonna compare. Especially with the greats. You're always going to compare the greats. And Kobe and LeBron, we were fortunate to get Kobe and LeBron for that extended period of time in the same league. And, people were strongly on one side of that fence or the other. And that's just usually how it's going to be. But two great players. As a straight bucket getter, I would have to give Kobe the edge. Kobe should be in my top 3, but Bron right up there. Love his game, man. But that 56, man.
LeBron in your top 3.
He got to be, bro. Because I truly feel like he's a guy. Nah, it's.
And he's above KD as a bucket getter.
for the players that I've seen, I'm giving MJ, Kobe, LeBron would be my top 3.
Okay.
And then KD, you know, KD's right there. But I just feel like if Bron wanted to lead the league in scoring 15 of his 18 years, he couldn't have done that. He could have got 10 of them. He could have got 10 scoring titles if that was his goal when he hit that court. But you know, he just wasn't that type of player. Kobe and MJ, they tried to get scoring titles every year. Like, it wasn't no if, they tried. So yeah, I give him that for sure. For sure. But he got a tall task this year just to get them offs. And it's 37. He's 37 years old, guys.
Don't let him get no offs, man. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, D-Buck, you better hope they don't get in the offs and win round 1. You know, I'm going crazy.
If they were, you ain't gonna get excited off of round 1 win.
Shit. We just talked about it. Them barely. We hope they get into the play-in game.
Hey, don't be like me, okay? Don't get caught in the moment. All right, he dropped 56. He gave us a little glimmer of street clothes, and let's street clothes AD out there full time. Just like you always go back to the Kyrie situation in Brooklyn. Unless they got Kyrie full time, Brooklyn, they just took another L to that Tatum. Bron put up 56. I think the next night, Tatum went out there and put up 54. It's a lot of buckets out here.
Nah, it is.
But yeah, I don't see it happening this year with with the Lakers, unfortunately.
Okay, we're gonna see.
I know we talked about it. And I'm not gonna spoil the Batman at all. But if you've seen it, just throw your opinion in the comments real quick. I just want to see what I'm no movie expert, no movie critic. But this is my tweet walking out of the theater with my emotions running high. Just wasted 3 hours of my life I'll never get back. The Batman movie was so bleeping trash. Yelling emoji. 3 hours, man. That's a long time. But you haven't seen it yet. I'm interested. You may wait till get the damn Disney Plus or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, I might. I might.
But yeah, if someone's seen the movie and it's were you a comic book guy? I doubt you were.
Nah, I was.
I forgot you said you collected them.
Yeah, I was collecting. I was collecting them comic book. That Dark Knight though, that Dark
Knight trilogy.
Hey, so I mean, I'm gonna take a look. Like you said,
you got to check it out, man. You got to check it out.
I most definitely will probably wait till I can sit.
Come on, man, go.
Hey, I'm gonna sit and keep it buck with you, D. But I'm not gonna go to the movies and watch that Batman movie.
The reason I would tell you to, what they did do a great job of was the overall.
My surround sound gonna hit in here though.
Hey, the sounds, the visuals, as far as the center, that shit, the cinematograph, whatever it's called. That shit was elite. But as far as a lot of the other things, I won't get into. I don't want to spoil it. And Pattinson, maybe I just can't get over this dude being the Twilight vampire. We had Val Kilmer, we had Christian Bale, Michael Keaton, Affleck. Even though I thought that movie was kind of mid.
So we do have. I can't agree with Zach on this one.
What he said.
It comes from the same guy who thinks 300 is better than Gladiator. So Zach, definitely have a great point right here. So for the folks that don't know, you know what I mean? We had a debate.
Okay, Zach. All right, Zach. I got something.
300 was better than Gladiator. So for that, take that into account when D-Buck gives his opinions on movies. You know what I mean? You do what you want to. You do whatever you want to do with it. That's what you do with it. But
we got a goth. I'll tell you right now, we got a goth emo Batman right now. Bruce Wayne had no personality. I'll tell you that right now. But I am the same person who thought 300 was a better watch than Gladiator. Gladiator was a better movie, better storyline, better acting, all that shit. But as far as visuals, fight scene, the fight scenes, the visual, I was in college when that came out. I would have much rather watched 300 at that point. I also said Paid in Full was better than Godfather, so I got a different taste in movies.
Yeah, I mean, Paid in Full is a classic.
I take Paid in Full. You know, they got more one-liners, and I can relate to that movie much more than Godfather. Now, Godfather was solid though, but I think Godfather was overhyped. Yeah, see, you know, okay, y'all keep it tabs. Okay, I appreciate that. Man, all right, Zach, got something for your ass. Yeah, cinematography. Appreciate you, Nakiba. You're the best.
But let's talk about some football, man.
Let's get to it.
Some young guys, man. Out in Indy this past weekend, and you know, the latter part of last week, and they put on a show.
The receivers started off moving. DBs closed it out.
Yeah,
rolling.
Before we get to the DBs, let's talk about this guy.
Oh, he stole the show.
Jordan Davis.
He stole the show. He stole the show, man.
A beast out there. He 6'6", man. 4'7", 840, a 32-inch vertical, 123 inches broad jump. It's at 340 pounds, 6'6".
That broad jump, that's 10 feet something, right?
Yeah,
what's that, 10-3?
Don't get me to I ain't gonna do it.
Hey, impressive. I ain't gonna ask you your broad jump, but I feel like that Jordan Davis might have been close. Might have been close.
I was close to 11.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
But this shit right here might be the most impressive combine performance I've seen. 6'6", 340. His 10-yard split on the 40-yard dash, which was a 4.78, which is absolutely nuts. But his 10-yard split on that was 1.68, I believe, which is, I mean, that's what really matters when you're looking at linemen, defensive linemen, offensive linemen like that. You know, that initial burst. So 1.68 out the block. 340?
340.
He made himself some money.
A lot of money.
In the business of Jordan, you told him not to even go to the combine.
You said what?
You told him not to even go.
Yeah.
On Thursday. This was a top 20 guy. You told him not even go. Just come to Georgia. I told y'all don't listen to AB, man.
So he did it on national scale. He would have did that Georgia. He would have did the same thing. He would have had 32. He would have had 32 scouts out there and would did the same thing. The business,
because when you go to Indy, it's on the same. Because when these cats go to their school and run these 4.2s or low 4.3s, when people pull up my 40 time, they're gonna say, Darius, in 2009 you ran a 4.41. That's my 40 time because that's what I ran at Indy. Nobody knows when I went to UConn and ran my 40 again what my times were.
Yeah,
they were better than 4.41, but nobody, because what matters is what you do in Indy.
It matters. What matters is
what matters to the scouts. Yeah, you're right.
What matters is what matters. You should have ran whatever you ran. If you were the 4.3 guy, guess what? You would have ran it in Indy. So don't give me all that BS. Oh, don't nobody want to know what I ran at UConn. Like, if you were the 4.3 guy, you would have ran it in Indy when it was time to run it.
Hey, I did on a lot of clocks. On the official clocks, I was 4.41. On the scouts time, I was, between 4.36 and 4.39.
Well, shit, I ran a 4.2 then.
What you know what I mean?
I ran 4.39 at the count. So on some clocks,
y'all was running 38 and a half yards at Howard, man.
I ran 4.39 at the combine. So on somebody's clock, I must have been a 4.29. You feel me?
You see, this is why you got to go to Indy and just get your clock, get your official, all those official numbers. That's official, like a ref with a whistle. So I'm glad Jordan didn't listen to AB. Went there, handled business, stole the show, made a lot of money. I hope he survives until that LA Chargers pick because we need him out there in LA to stop that run. This dude's disruptive.
What pick is that?
I believe the Chargers pick 17, 19, something like that. They might have to trade up to get him.
Yeah, he's not going to be there.
I don't think he last past 12, 13.
Look, but this is what he's done though. So he's shown as a big man that he can fly. So now when he comes and walks in that building as a vet, as a coach, as personnel, I need to see this on the field. Like, so it's like you can't give me, like whatever. Like, we know you can run 4.7, big fella. We need that. We need that.
You need that. And I feel like, matter of fact, that a lot of cats from Georgia put on a show. I think the punter put on the damn show. He was flying too. So that defense, one of the all-time best defenses for that they put on from this year, wire to wire. Jordan Davis, we talked about him, 4.78. Devontae Wyatt, 4.77. Then you got Travon Walker, 4.51, which is rolling. That's DB times right there. Was another D lineman that ran 4.3 out of somewhere. So these cats moving, man. These cats moving. They moving. It
was impressive. It was definitely impressive, man.
A couple of my guys got knocked out of the top 10 after these 40s. My guy Fabian Washington, Jacoby Ford.
So right here, man, you got your all-time 40s, man. You got Santana Moss. He was the track guy rolling, 4.31. There's
top
Hayward
3
Bay.
all-time over there. Yeah, DHB. So yeah, we got the second fastest time ever, the DB from Baylor, right? Yeah. Caleb Barnes. Yeah, with a 4.23. And what's funny is when you go to that combine once again, because leading up to it, you remember this, I'm sure. Everybody from high school, everybody when you was going from high school to college, everybody was running a 4.4, right? Hey, what you running for? Oh, I'm 4.4, I'm 4.45. I'm this. Get to college, you start getting them times, then you get a laser time for the first time. It's like, oh shit!
I'm
now
slow
you start
to oh shit! I'm slow as a
like, because up until then, you think, all right, I'm watching the combine. I see all these DBs, all these receivers running 4.4, 4.5. I know when I get there, I'm gonna woo. Then your ass get on that real time. Oh, 4.57. What? 4.6, 3. Yeah, y'all see a lot of boo-boo faces when the real times come out.
I was about to say that. I'm watching some of the combine jumps, so you see the young boys hit the finish line, and I guess they putting the times up on the screen. See the young boy face like yeah, that's you, young fella.
See, we didn't have that. It was like top secret. You had to my trainer had to.
I went to my bag and I told my boy, I'm like, yo, you can be watching. I'm like, yo, as soon as I finish running that time come up on the screen, I need you to text me that.
Yeah.
Bro, he texted me that 4.39. I'm about to take all my shit and get up out of there. I'm like,
then you try, so you're trying to stay focused, and you got 2 runs. So you're trying to stay focused for your next one. But man, and I trained with Dion. And we ran a full 40 probably like 2 or 3 times. And both times I was like mid 4.3s. I think my best time like 4.34, 4.33. So he felt like I was had the fastest time at the combine. So he on the bike, I remember watching the combine back, and I ran my time, and he couldn't hide his disappointment on the map. Like, damn. My mom was like, I don't know, but Dion ain't sound too happy.
Nah, he was lying to you the whole
Nah, you know what I mean? Let's stop watch. Don't lie.
Yeah, but man, top cornerback times, you see him posted, man.
I wouldn't have cracked that list.
I would have 4-2-3. I would have.
That was cap.
You know what I'm saying? We got Lante Taylor. We got my man HBCU, the MEAC, the Kobe Durant 4-3-8. So got some good times, man. But that 4-2-3, 4-2-6, man, that's them young boys is flying.
Hell yeah.
Flying. Speaking of Prime, he had some comments about coaching at the pro level.
Okay.
And he said, I love the Cowboys, but I cannot coach pros. I have a problem with the professional athlete not doing his job, and he's getting handsomely paid. I do not have any tolerance for that. Quoted Deion Sanders.
You know, that's elite self-awareness right there. He said no tolerance for that. And the thing about that's what makes that dynamic and coaching the pros different. Because once that GM or that owner or whatever sign off on bringing said player, hey, we got this guy on a 4-year, $65 million deal, and that coach come in, that defensive coach or the head coach come in, hey, man, this guy don't really fit our this or that. You got to figure it out. He on the books for 460. Unless we can move him, we got to figure that out. So that's some self-awareness by Coach Prime, but it's definitely a different dynamic. And coaching on the pro level ain't for everybody, and that may change for him at some point, but it's definitely not for everybody because of that dynamic. It's not just X's and O's like it is on different levels.
Dude, selfishly, man, I want Prime to stay at Jackson State, HBCU ranks, man. What he's doing, man, is, it's changing things. You know what I'm saying? So
we had a few HBCU guys show up.
Yes, we did. Right? Where they at? Where they at? Let me see. There you go, right here.
Yeah, gotta show them some love.
Again, man, my HBCU guys, man, the Kobe Durant from South Carolina State, Marquise Bell. And from FAM and Joshua Williams from Fayetteville State. And they did their thing, man. The Kobe Durant, 4.38.40. Marquise Bell, 4.41, and Joshua Williams, 4.53. So yeah, man, wanted to shout out these young fellas, man. Obviously, from my background coming from an HBCU. Hopefully, man, you guys go out there. A lot of teams come out to your pro days so y'all can kind of show what y'all do and hopefully get your name called on draft day. So had to big up my boys, man, from the HBCU, my DBs.
Got to. Hey, Tony, if you in here, man, let me get a side by side of me and AB combines. AB in here talking shit about this weak ass 40.
Hey, man, don't get mad at me. I'm in the
Hey, Tony, let me get a side by side, man.
Let's get that side by side, man.
Of these numbers, man.
Hey, I mean, let's get these side by side, man. We should have been did that. We should have been told Tony to do that.
Yeah, I need some. I'm gonna get some video too. I'm gonna get some video in here. But somebody brought it up. We I don't know if we have mentioned it. Stats Matt, I think I just saw it. Our guy Pat McAfee. Stats Matt. Can't believe you guys haven't talked about McAfee going to WrestleMania. G.I. Joe, we talk real sports. Hey, I know WWE was a big part of growing up for me. I think it was for you too, especially that Attitude Era, Stone Cold, Rock, Big Show, Mankind, Undertaker, all that. Like that was to me. I think that'll go down as the best
great entertainment
in wrestling. So I love to see the success that Pat's having, in that stage, in that arena. He get another shot in the ring at WrestleMania. Vince McMahon went on his show the other day, which was crazy.
Huge. Right.
That's huge. First live interview that Vince has done in 15 years. So, Pat will be wrestling in WrestleMania out there in Dallas. I'm gonna probably make my way down there. I think at the top of April. So shout out to Pat, man. That's and the people that say it's not a sport. I've seen it first, close hand. I've seen these guys practice. I've seen these guys train. It's 1,000% a sport. without like them bumps, those moves, those jumps, the coordination, you got to have the 1,000% of sport. Now, getting the sport.
Yeah, I'll watch just strictly for Pat, but it's tough for me to sit and watch some wrestling right now. But
Yeah,
I'm
we
definitely,
too, you know.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna support our guy.
Yeah.
Go out there and get that dub.
Keep saying
Sure.
it's rigged. Come on, man. It's entertainment. Come on, there may be some kids tuned in, man, or some I know some grown ass men who hey, 40 years they've been doing that, man. Putting on 2 live shows a week for 40 years. That's unbelievable. But great entertainment.
No,
like
no
I said,
doubt.
definitely a sport, man.
No doubt, man. As always, we want to tap in with our guests, with the fam, the man fam, and we got some questions today. We got some questions today from one of our faithfuls, Nakiba. I need a favor. I'm not famous enough, but want to know if the host and other DBs prefer the T-step, quick step, or both. Can you ask or do a poll for me, pretty please? The host discussed it briefly before, and I know how Deion Sanders feels about it. M2M Live. Great question, D. Buck.
Great question.
What you prefer?
My advice would be to try and master both, try and work both when you're training, when you're working out, because when you really get out there, for me at least, when you really get out there with them live rounds firing, man, I don't care how that foot get in the ground, as long as it's efficient. Sometimes it's a T-step, sometimes it's bicycle. I think you get that bicycle step or whatever you call it better on like the clean surfaces like turf, good grass, no weather. But once weather's a factor, I think that T-step, you want to T-step as much as possible. You want to get 7 in the ground, as my coach used to say, which means getting all those 7 studs in the ground and getting that plant, break, drive phase as efficient, as clean as possible. So DBs, all your offseason shit should be based off of that, making that efficient as possible. As a safety, it's more so about angles and breaking. As a corner, it's about efficiency. How quick can I get in my break? Because we're already reacting to something. So how quick can I get in and out of that break? Preference. Some people it's easier T-step. Some people it's easier the other thing. So I think I don't have a preference, because once it's live, I got to use both. So I would say try to master both. But with weather, T-step is safer. For sure. I saw a lot of slipping out there too with the drills. I ain't understand that. But what about you? How you feel about it?
I was a T-step guy. In college, my DB coach, he taught us the T-step. So I was a T-step guy coming into the league. But then as I, had more snaps or whatever, just come to realize, like you said, like you can get caught in different positions where T-steps, you're not gonna be able to T-step and be able to get out of there as quickly. So began to learn that, if I needed to do a bicycle or just plant and drive or whatever the case may be, just do whatever, fits best for you in whatever position that you're in. Sometimes you could be open and running, not going to be able to be able to do a T-step or whatever the case may be. So again, I think you was dead on with like try to master both, and whatever works best for you, do that.
As people, everybody's body is different. And even as a coach, I know some coaches, especially the younger, it's like, hey, this is what we doing. We do a T-step. I don't care what you like. We're doing T. That was kind of how it was in college. Like, we're doing T-step. And obviously, if you get to a point where, you're a player that's a guy, good coaches always adjust. So, but yeah, that was a good question. One quick one. Add on G.I. Joe, ABDB footwear. Did you bring multiple cleat styles to a game? When you get at pro level, that the equipment guys do a great job of that. We talk about how important those guys are behind the scenes, and they will have, Ooh, they had two, three different pairs of cleats depending on the situation.
Man,
But as Bill Belichick would always say, get some shoes that work.
I don't know where y'all got. I don't know where you got this from, Tom.
Oh yeah, I knew he was in, Kevin. Ain't no 439. I knew it. This look official to me, Tom. This look really official. So let's start at this 40. I know AB said 439. You know, I'm gonna take AB word for it. You know, I'll take AB word. So we'll go. This was via NFLCombineResults.com. That looks like a legit name right there, but I'm gonna take AB word for it. He said he won 439, so we'll give him 439. My official at the combine 441. So AB got me there. 20-yard split. I got a 256. AB 258. I got him there. You want to go on the 10-yard?
10-yard split. I was 155. D-Buck was 146.
So
bench press. We already know what that's him for. The vertical leap.
AB got 19 on the. For the people listening, not watching. AB got 19 on the 225. He couldn't crack 20. I know he wanted 20, but he got 90. What would you get when you were training for it? What's the best you got?
I was around like 17. It just depended on the days, because I think one time I did hit like 21, and some days it was like 17. So I was right there.
Okay,
so you good average.
Okay, so I got 19. I avoided the bench press at all costs. So avoided that at the combine. Also avoided that at pro day. Wonderlick, my shit was a 50. I don't know why I don't have it on here. Vert 43. They cheated me. I was supposed to be 45, but 43.
I was 36 and a half.
36 and a half. My bro, why don't I have my broad jump on here? He hating.
No broad jump for D-Buck. My
broad jump. My broad jump was 11.2. I don't know how many inches that is. Pause.
Mine was 127, 10 something.
10 something. Mine was 11.2 on the head.
20-yard shuttle. I was 4'11. D-Buck was 4'18.
Got me there.
3-cone. I was 6'9'9. D-Buck was 6'9'2.
I think they hold me there too. They cheated me. And then that 60-yard shuttle. That was something we talked about.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing that shit. Gave me way too many NAs, man.
11.6.
But hey, Bo, you know, these two very solid combine sheets, though. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
You hand that to a safety and say, hey, safety, this is what you're going to do at the combine. Most safety pick that sheet up and say, I take that every day of the week. And I think most would do that for corner as well. Dion, see that bench stuff, I was training with Dion, man. That's where he was like, man, worry about that shit, man.
Yeah, some good solid numbers, though. Good solid numbers.
Good solid numbers. We got any other good questions?
Yeah, we got some more questions. From Joe. Is it the fact that players become stuck in their ways, or more to a technical standpoint that the body positioning and setup are more their issues? How hard is it to change your play to a scheme? And do you think college coaches help players understand the difference?
What you think?
So this is what I would say. I have seen players that's stuck in their ways, where they've been doing it a certain way for a while, and sometimes it is tough for them to change. I have seen that. And sometimes it gets them up out of there. Like I have seen that where it's like a tug of war with the coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As we always say, the more you can do, right? So if you kind of get pitching into like, oh, he's a zone corner or whatever the case may be, that kind of limits you. You know what I mean? When you touch that free agency market, like some teams, they won't touch you if they think that you're just that. And college, when you talk about the college coaches, I think you have coaches in two different buckets. You have coaches that their job is one of their jobs is to prepare you to go out there and play well for their team, but then also to try to help prepare you for the next level as well.
Yeah.
And I think some coaches do a great job of that, and then I think other coaches do a poor job of that, where it's like, okay, you're just going to do what best fits us as a team, and not you necessarily as a player. And I know it was a player that came in on the team that I was at, didn't know how to read 3-step. As a pro, and I'm just like, yo, like I know I was taught a little bit in high school of how to read 3-step. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, it could waver here there, but definitely when I got to college, my coach was like, look, this is the first thing we're gonna do is be able to read through 3-step. You know what I mean? So again, with that, you definitely gonna have both sides of the fence, where you got coaches that's really doing a hell of a job, and when a rookie comes into OTAs or rookie minicamp or whatever, you be like, oh, he's been coached really well. Like whether it's a high school level or college level, you can just tell him, oh, he's been coached really well. And then others, you be like, damn, you don't know how to back pedal, you don't know how to weave in your back pedal.
I just press, dog. That's all I do.
Yeah. So again, man, you got a lot of different coaches out here, man, that brings different things to
you gotta be coaching, man. You gotta be a good teacher. And sometimes with teaching and for coaches, they got their binder, they got their plays, and they've been doing it a long time, a lot of times one way. And compared to a teacher who has that same curriculum, hey, this is how I teach Algebra 1. And sometimes you may have a group of students, or maybe just a couple of students who not really picking it up how you're teaching it, and you got to be able to either adjust, showing some different ways to learn it, or just kind of completely almost switch it up. But so it's the same thing with coaching. Everybody's not going to learn the same way. And sometimes people just can't adjust. There's some body types that, hey, I've been coaching this way, but this is the guy we got. He's really, really good, but hey, we just got to change this stuff up. So you should always be tweaking things as a coach and as a player as well. And when you're in high school, when you're in college, the power dynamic is much greater in the coaches in that system as opposed to pro, I think. Because once again, once that money becomes a factor, that changes that dynamic. Like you got to adjust more so to that player, and y'all got to figure it out. But yeah, good question as usual.
Great question.
Per usual. Well,
should we get one more?
All right, let's get one more good one.
All right, hold on, Tom. We get you, but
all right, I get this one. From Archie Greer II at Squirrel. I'm not even gonna try to read that. Hashtag M2M Live. Darius AB. The debates around the Steelers' next quarterback are happening a lot. A lot of people don't like that Trubisky could get $10 million a year. I think it's fair starter money for a young guy with upside. Thoughts? I think this college quarterback class being so bad is kind of contributing to Trubisky getting thrown around back in his starter mix. I do think he deserves another chance. As a fan of a team, I wouldn't be ecstatic about bringing in Mitch Trubisky to be our starter, honestly. But that could be a lot more Matt Nagy than it was Trubisky. The guy went second overall over Pat Mahomes, over Deshaun. So the evaluators, the coaches around the league had to see something in him. But yeah, still, it's much better than what y'all having to build it right now with Mason Rudolph and Dewey. I could tell you that much. But I wouldn't be too geeked about Trubisky coming in and being my starter. But $10 million a year,
that ain't nothing for a star quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's fair starter money for sure. And like you said, young player with still a ton of upside potentially. He was around Daboll for a year in Buffalo, so we shall see if we get a good Mitch Trubisky 2.0. But I wouldn't be necessarily ecstatic about the move if I'm a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
What you think about old Mitch in MVP?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he's definitely still young. I just think maybe it was a situation like you just mentioned out there in Chicago with Nagy. So if he does get another shot at a starting role, he got to shine, because that'll probably be his last. So I think he definitely deserves another shot. That's all the 10 mil. That 10 mil should get backups that get around that. So I don't.
Word.
When you think about that quarterback number, that 10 mil ain't that shit ain't nothing. You
Yeah.
got boys, getting almost 40 a year. So, but we
And more
shall
than 40
see.
years. So we shall see. One quarterback that I think few quarterbacks I think did a good job this weekend. Ritter from Cincinnati, he put on the show. He put up great combine numbers. Pickett, from everything that I've heard, he did well this week. Malik Willis,
yeah, from
out of Liberty, yeah, man. So I heard he interviewed great. He threw the ball around great. And then you saw the viral video that went around of him helping the person that was on the street right in front of St. Elmo's.
Yeah, get him some clothes.
Yeah, him coming out of that, because you go to combine, you go into certain suites and get a bunch of clothes or gear or whatever. So opening the suitcase, giving the gear, not recording it, somebody just catching it on film. I think that was big for him as well. So he was a big winner this weekend. A lot of people are putting him with the Steelers. We shall see, man. This last year we had a lot of hype around these quarterbacks. We knew 4 or 5 were going in the first round. We knew most likely it was going 1, 2, 3 off the board. This year, not so much, but still seems like it'll be a deep draft this year. I'm excited for these young guys.
So you got a good question for you. I seen a couple people ask about J.C. Jackson. Is he worth the money for the Chargers if he hits free agency, or should you go in the corner in the draft and grab you a corner?
Man, you know what? I think they got one of their corners. I think he'll be a good corner for a long time. And they drafted him last year in the second round, Asante Samuel Jr. And I think if you can go and get J.C. Jackson, they got the money. He's a difference maker. He is a difference maker. And if you get another guy that can strap up and turn the ball over, it's not a lot of those guys walking around in the NFL. So I'm a huge fan of J.C. Jackson, and I think the Chargers have the money to get him. Their priority should be getting run stuffers here up front and down the middle of that defense, but get another corner opposite of Asante Jr. You got Derwin back there on the back end. You got Joey Bosa up front. You got Murray. I like Murray at the linebacker level. So you got players over there. I think J.C. Jackson will be another special difference maker. And it's not a lot of guys that I would give that bag to that he's going to demand on the open market, but he's definitely deserving of it. I'm a big J.C. Jackson fan.
Man.
Kevin Kernick. I'm not giving an undrafted free agent a 15x pay raise. What does his draft status have to do with what he's proven in the league? Him going to be an undrafted free agent, just shit. That just mean it was some bad evaluators out there.
Yeah, and it's more than that.
This is bad. AB was in the six. You know what I mean? Played 14 years like that. That's not a knock on J.C. Jackson. And then obviously you're around Belichick for 4 or 5 years. One of the best DB coaches ever. So that get that out your head, Kevin.
Yeah.
You see where Trubisky, he went 2 overall.
Another question on a DB who showed up as well from corner from Cincinnati, Sauce Gardner. Can he keep balling in the NFL? I mean, definitely have the potential. Has the size. Can run. Again, man, it's just about the transition to the game. Like quick learner. As far as being a technician, is he a technician of his craft? When he was in Cincy, man, he got the ball. So if he obviously you could do that, you see that with Trayvon Diggs as he can can turn the ball over. So I think he definitely has the potential, man. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to him.
That's a fact. Up to him, and for most guys, rarely is there guys on the board that you could just pick up and they go in any situation, any room, any team and thrive. So you gotta have a good locker room, good secondary room, good coaches that's going to put it, work on his strengths and put him in good positions and good situations. And that's a big, it's a big learning curve, going from the college level to their pro level playing that cornerback position. Because in college, you may see 2 or 3 quarterbacks that's really like that. In the NFL, you seeing guys week in, week out that's getting 30 a year for a reason. So it's a whole different ball game. But definitely think he has all of the tools and intangibles to strive on the next level.
Yeah. So I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man. As usual, had a lot of good questions. Let me throw these combine results, these official combine results up one more time.
These shits ain't official, man. Y'all, hey, Tone, get the right one for Thursday, Tone.
Yo, I got that 11-2 broad jump too. Don't forget that. But yeah, man, I think we hit a lot of the things we wanted to talk about. We'll be back on Thursday for the live show, and we'll be dropping an interview on Wednesday. Gonna start dropping some clips from that interview as well, man. We're gonna tell the people who it is.
Yeah, sure. This Wednesday.
All right.
I'm just saying. This Wednesday we have. This Wednesday we
got Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith, man. Yeah. Minnesota Vikings safety, Notre Dame Golden Domer, great Tennessee native. We got Harrison Smith, man. He gave us a great interview. Yeah. And we'll be dropping that on Wednesday.
No doubt. One of the best in the game, and one of the best to play the position, man. So
for sure.
Definitely a good interview, man. Y'all tap in.
Great interview, man. So y'all tap in, man. Obviously, y'all know what to do. It's that time. Y'all go tap in the Pat McAfee show. I will actually be on 2:15, jumping on the show at 2:15. So I see y'all there. And appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. The man pod. I'm one half Darius Butler. My co-host Antoine Bethea on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all, AB about to give y'all a couple bars on the way out, man. Now make sure y'all, hit the tip jar. We only take crypto.
Yeah.
You out of there.
Yeah.
Yo, that Batman was trash. Wait until you see Catwoman mask. Oh my God. Yo, wait till y'all see Catwoman mask, man. For real though. Man. Y'all be easy, man. Hold it down.
Peace, man. Y'all be good, man. Start this week off right, baby.
Greatest Monday in the history of Mondays.